Hello, everyone. I request you all to please ignore the background noises as I am recording this video outside and I yet do not have a microphone with me. So please bear with me. This is going to be a very interesting video and I'm again delving into the realm of astrology with this one. So, this video is about the 8th house and the transformational energy of the 8th house. So, if you are someone who has prominent energy, 8th house energy in their chart, planets sitting in your 8th house, or the themes of 8th house are playing into your life, then I'm sure you're going to derive some sort of value from this video. Now, I have not made any notes, so I'm going to be talking very extemporaneously and uh, we'll be speaking about stuff that comes to my head and bear with me as we go along with this. So, 8th house primarily represents sudden transformations. It is the house of death, change, inheritances, legacies, occult, mystery, and uh, the sexual energy. So it represents the Muladhara chakra, according to Vedic astrology. And so when this house gets activated, it primarily brings with it change and transformation. And one of the reasons why humans fear this, people who are into astrology fear this house, the 8th house, is because people in general fear change. People do not like change. And especially the kind of change that 8th house brings, which is mostly triggered by a turmoil like situation in one's personal life. So things like death, breakups, uh, debt, collection of debt, and failure of businesses, failure in general. It's the it's the uncertainty and chaotic energy that drags you down into the realm of hell and purgatory. It is when you literally feel like you are dying, the kind of change that makes you feel like you are not going to survive it. So all of that stuff is residing in the 8th house. Now, most people fear this house, and as I have said earlier, most people fear it because most people incredibly have incredible fears around change and transformation. So how do you get around this? Because change is an intrinsic part of life. So you must develop some sort of techniques and mental attitudes to integrate this part of life into your life. So, how do you deal with change? And if you understand how to deal with change, you will be able to harness the energies of the 8th house, and then it is going to propel you to the other side of change, which is incredible wealth, success, and prosperity. But that is only dependent upon a certain kind of attitude that you will have to cultivate in order to properly harness the 8th house energy. And so in this video, I'm going to give you just one remedy that is going to help you with this. And that remedy is surrender. You must surrender. See, this is what the 8th house is trying to bring forth into your life, that you must develop an attitude of letting go. You must let go. And only when you let go, then the 8th house energies are going to play a positive role in your life. Now, letting go or surrendering is not a very easy thing to adopt. I understand that. But at the same time, it is also a very easy thing. Because what are you really letting go of? You're letting go of your excessive need to control. And that is what people who have prominent 8th house energies in their chart face with. It is with their excessive need to control everything, to control the environment around them, control the relationship in which they are, control the varied human dynamics. So what the change that is brought into your life through the eighth house activities is basically telling you to understand that it is not your ego which is controlling things. There are higher powers which are at play here. There are higher, more fundamentally supernatural powers which are at play here. And only when you recognize that aspect of life that you're able to let go and let God. Yes, this is the one sutra you have to adopt in your life. Let go and let God, and see how your life turns to better. It turns not just better, but extraordinarily lucrative. Or a better word would be incredible. Your life will become incredible. But you must surrender and you must let go. See, when there is a sudden transformation, a relationship breaks out, and especially when a relationship breaks apart, because in a relationship we tend to give parts of ourselves to other person and we associate with the other person, we become almost possessive of them as if they hold parts to our own soul. So when a person leaves our life, it literally feels like death, because they are leaving not just them, they're not just making themselves leave, they're also living with some parts of you. And so it literally feels like death, and you go into a pit of despair. But the only way to get out of that pit of despair is to understand that there is that the real you, the one, the real, in the realest sense, you can not be lost, meaning nobody can take the real you from you. So the real you is always there, it is always present with you. And the only thing that you're letting go of, that you're surrendering, is all of that which is not really you. So in a way, eighth house purifies you, eighth house makes you really pure. It cleans your vessel, it makes you clean, it makes you pure. And it is through this energetic cleansing process that you become the vessel to hold the energies of the next house, which is the ninth house. And that is the goal here. That is the goal. Through the change and transformation, the eighth house is preparing you to hold on to and embody the higher meaning that resides in the ninth house. Now understand, now that is a deep statement, and you must replay that and listen to it again. If you are not able to properly digest the emanations of the eighth house and the lessons that the eighth house wants you to learn, then you are basically failing to fulfill your mission. You're failing to embody the purpose, the true purpose for which you have come here on this planet. So keep surrendering, keep letting go. I know it can be tough, I know it can be really hard sometimes, but you must let go and surrender and read spiritual texts. You must meditate, you must wake up early, you must wake up before the sunrise, and you must exercise, you must do physical exercises. See, life for an eighth houser is not easy, and it is not meant to be easy. It is going to grind you out, it is going to polish you, and it is going to act like a sculptor, like hammering away at you, hammering away at your self, and in order to sculpt a masterpiece. And if you want to create a life that can be called a masterpiece, you want to live that, you want to make that great work possible, then you must do things which are out of the ordinary, which are not done by the ordinary masses. and you must stand apart from them. You must stand apart, not in an egoic sense, but in an energetic sense. You must harness your energies, and you must become better than the day before. I hope this video resonates with those who are dealing with change and who are dealing with intense energies. And I will just say this, that life is only going to get better for you. It is only going to get better. Thank you.